Let's think about the human body for a second. It's this incredible living machine, isn't it? And just like any high-performance machine, especially as we get past the 50-year mark, it needs a little understanding and the right kind of maintenance to keep running its best. So today we're going to dive into some simple, really targeted procedures to boost your hip mobility and circulation and keep that engine of yours running smoothly.
All right, so first things first. Before you can do any kind of maintenance, you got to know what you're working with, right? You have to run a diagnostic. So we're going to do a quick personal check-in just to see how your system is performing right now. Think of it as a snapshot of your body's current operational status. Okay, let's just go through these questions together, and I want you to be really honest with yourself here. Just a quick mental yes or no. Do you find yourself sitting for more than, say, 4 to 6 hours most days? How about this one? When you stand up after sitting for a while, do your hips feel kind of stiff? Do your legs feel heavy or just plain tired at the end of the day? Do you feel a nagging tightness in your lower back or maybe in your groin? And what about long walks? Do you find yourself avoiding them because of discomfort?
Okay, let's tally it up. It's super simple. For every single yes, just give yourself 1 point. Go ahead and add them up and just keep that final number in your head for a moment. And hey, whatever your score is, I want you to know it's a very, very common starting point for so many of us.
So what does that score actually tell us? Well, if you scored a 0 or a 1, that's fantastic. Your system's in really good condition. If you landed in that 2 to 3 range, it just means your body's sending out some early signals of stiffness. And if you're at a 4 or 5, it's likely your body's feeling the cumulative effects of being immobile for long periods. But here's the most important takeaway. This is not a grade. It's not a judgment. It's simply a signal from your body. It's data that tells us exactly where we need to focus our attention.
So what's behind these signals? Why do so many of us start to feel this tightness and fatigue as we get older? Let's dig in and identify the root cause of all this system stress. It turns out the main culprit isn't some complex medical condition. It's something many of us do for hours every single day. We sit. When we're sitting for these long stretches, we're actually applying this slow, steady pressure on the vital arteries and veins that run through our hips and legs. It's kind of like you're standing on a garden hose, gently pinching the fuel line to that whole part of your body.
And look, this isn't just a hunch. This is backed up by a strong consensus from major health organizations. We're talking about research from places like Harvard Medical School and the CDC, and they all confirm this direct link between sitting for too long, decreased blood flow, and less mobility. But here's the truly amazing part. The human body is incredibly adaptable. This whole process is absolutely reversible.
And now for the really good part. We're going to start some targeted maintenance procedures. I want you to think of these not just as simple stretches, but as a precise recalibration protocol for your body's systems, specifically designed to restore optimal function.
Okay, our first procedure is called the glute walk. Now, I know it might look a little unusual, but its purpose is so specific. This movement acts like a manual pump for your entire pelvic region. It gets blood flowing deep inside the hips, and it wakes up those deep core muscles that support your posture. And it does all of this with zero stress on your joints.
Let's walk through it. Go ahead and find a spot on the floor and just sit with your legs straight out in front of you. Sit up nice and tall. Now just lift your right hip, just enough to scoot it forward a tiny bit. Then do the same thing with your left. You're basically walking on your glutes. The key here is that the movement comes entirely from your hips, not from pushing with your feet. It's a fantastic way to get things moving again.
All right, next up we have the sumo stretch. This one is all about targeting the inner thighs, an area that gets incredibly tight and restricted when we sit a lot. This movement works like a gentle pump, opening up all those compressed pathways to really encourage fresh, oxygenated blood to flow back into your hips and groin.
So to do this one, you'll stand with your feet just a little bit wider than your shoulders. Go ahead and place your hands right on your thighs. This gives you support and balance. From there, just slowly bend your knees into a small, comfortable dip. And the real magic is in performing these tiny, gentle pulses up and down. Remember, it's not about how low you can go. It's all about that gentle, rhythmic movement.
Okay, this next one is a personal favorite. It's called the pendulum, and its whole purpose is hip decompression. See, if sitting compresses and squishes the hip joint, this procedure does the exact opposite. It very cleverly uses gravity to create a gentle traction, which opens up just a little bit of space inside the joint itself.
Just stand next to a wall, using one hand for balance, and let one of your legs just hang completely loose. Now, lift the knee of that free leg forward, and then, and this is the most important part, just let it drop. Don't try to control its fall. Let gravity completely take over. This is a movement of release, not a force.
All right, fantastic job. Let's continue with our system recalibration. We have two more really powerful procedures, and one of them is often the one missing piece for so many people who are trying to get back that feeling of fluid, easy movement.
Okay, this is the towel squeeze. Its purpose is to use what we call an isometric contraction. That's just a fancy way of saying you're engaging a muscle without actually moving the joint. This allows us to safely reactivate and strengthen the inner thighs, which are an absolutely critical support system for your hips and pelvis. They have a huge impact on your stability and balance.
It's simple. Just sit on a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Take a towel, roll it up, and place it between your knees. Now gently squeeze that towel for about 2 seconds, and then slowly relax for 2 seconds. A great tip is to exhale as you squeeze and inhale as you relax. It's a very subtle move, but it's an incredibly efficient way to rebuild your body's internal support structure.
And here we are, our final procedure, the figure 4 stretch. The goal here is to target a deep, powerful hip muscle called the piriformis. When this specific muscle gets tight from all that sitting, it can actually clamp down on nerves and blood vessels. So releasing it is often the real key to unlocking true freedom in your hips.
For this last one, you'll lie on your back. Go ahead and cross one ankle over the opposite thigh so you're making that figure 4 shape. Then just gently guide that thigh towards your chest until you feel a nice, comfortable stretch deep in your hip. Just hold it there and really focus on taking deep breaths. This is all about letting the body soften and release tension.
So now you have the procedures. But just like with any sophisticated machine, you need the operating manual, right? These are the core principles that are going to make sure this whole recalibration process is both safe and really effective for the long haul. It really just boils down to 3 simple but vital principles. First, the no pain rule. This one is non-negotiable. A feeling of a gentle stretch is productive and good. Any sharp pain is your body's signal to stop, immediately. Second, consistency over intensity. I promise you, 10 focused minutes every single day is far more powerful than one long hard session once a week. And finally, don't forget to breathe. Deep, steady breathing sends a signal of safety to your nervous system, which allows your muscles to relax and let go.
So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, here's a super simple path forward. For week 1, your only goal is to learn the movements and do them gently. That's it. For week 2, if you're feeling good, maybe you add a few more repetitions. By week 3, you'll likely start to notice a real change as your body begins to adapt and recalibrate. The movements will feel smoother.
Remember that score from the very beginning? It wasn't a judgment. It was simply your body telling you what it needs. And now you have the maintenance procedures and you have the operating manual. Your body is built to adapt. It's ready. The only question left is, what is the first step you're going to take today?